last but not least, the title of my presentation is Are left angular gyrus and amygdala volumes important for financial capacity in mild cognitive impairment? This is a pilot study. Actually, the results are preliminary because they were part of my PhD thesis, and it was just one of 10 to 15 hypotheses that I had. So the main question was, is there a relationship between brain structure volumes and financial capacity in a specific population, that is mild cognitive impairment patients who are grouped between, let's say, those who can considered healthy and those who are suffering from dementia. There are some things that we have to know about the left angular gyrus, that is linked to mental arithmetic fact retrieval, financial capacity, and episodic stimulation, episodic memory. This is the reason that I wanted to use this structure as one of the possible structures that had an importance in financial capacity measurement. And amygdala is taking part in inhibitory control, memory, decision-making, which is very important in financial capacity things, and emotional responses that have to do with fear, anxiety, and aggression. All of these are related to dilemmas which have to do with financial things that are assessed with a specific scale that was used. About mild cognitive impairment, the MCI, there are some things that we know, but we still don't know many things about this specific condition and what is going on, because it's a transitional stage, and we don't know what the patients can do regarding financial issues. In this sample, we had 11 patients with a diagnosis of amnestic mild cognitive impairment, and you can see the statistics of their age, education, and mean mental score. And we used MRI assessments. You can see all the relative information regarding the methodology that was used. I'm skipping the slides in order to be able to answer to questions. And we had some neuropsychological tests. A mean mental state examination was a basic one, functional rating scale for symptoms of dementia, geriatric depression scale, because we wanted to exclude patients with depression, because when someone is depressed, we have a completely different picture of their cognitive capacities, and the scale that assessed the financial capacity of the patients, which is legal capacity for property law transactions assessment scale, a Greek scale that is based on an American one. And here you can see some more tests that were used, because we were interested not only in the correlations between the brain volumes and the financial capacity, but also to the correlations that could be found between other neuropsychological tests, the financial capacity test, and the brain areas. And we had many statistically significant positive correlations between brain volumes and the financial capacity test. And here you can see the assessment of the patients at baseline, 6 months and 12 months after the initial assessment. All these are neuropsychological tests that measure attention, memory, and other visual and other kinds of cognitive functions. But the most important finding was the correlation between the white matter volume with the performance on LCP-LTS, the financial capacity test. And we found something that is quite interesting, that the left hippocampus volume correlates positively with the financial capacity. So this area may be of importance, because if we just have the volume of someone, then we can, let's say, make a hypothesis about the financial capacity of the patient. And the left parahippocampal cortex volume also correlated in a statistical significant way with financial capacity, which is also an important finding. And my conclusions in this research is that there are many brain areas that can be explored. We have two that we can examine in other ways. Let's say if we use not only MRIs but also EEGs or other ways to find out in what way and how important they are in financial capacity. But it's the first step because we can see, we can use this data in order to make a fast screening or make some easy hypotheses and then examine more detailed patients with possible financial problems or with no problems that may in time become problems regarding their financial capacity and cognitive-related capacities to financial matters. Thank you for your attention.